Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. Presiding Officer, first I want to congratulate Jackie Baillie for securing this members' debate. I was invited to the Long COVID Peer Support Group in Inverclyde last month, and the group meet every Wednesday at Your Voice in Greenock between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m, and anyone suffering with the effects of long COVID is welcome to attend and seek support from others dealing with this horrible condition. And what I heard that day will live with me for many, many years to come. I was generally taken aback by the number of symptoms that each individual informed me that they actually had. Each attendee had written down their symptoms and provided me with a copy. They were all different, some experiencing a few and some experiencing a lot. There were people there who have lost their jobs and some currently struggling to actually maintain their employment. This is where I think the point regarding guidance, that whether guidance does or doesn't come, surely every single employer has got a duty of care to their staff, in addition to employment law, to actually try to assist their staff to keep their staff in employment. Now, one of the ladies who has lost her job has given me permission to speak about her situation today. She was admitted to the Inverclyde Royal Hospital, IRH, in January 2021. She was initially put on a CPAP machine, but this did not provide the level of intervention that was required, and she was transferred to Glasgow to be put onto a ventilator. The same outcome happened in Glasgow, so she was then transferred to Aberdeen to be put on an ECMO machine. The lady has no recollection of the period from when she left at IRH in January until she was transferred back in March. And during this time, her mother passed away from COVID. And due to the restrictions, she watched her mother's funeral on a live stream on her own in a hospital room. And due to the lasting effects COVID has had on her body, she now struggles on a daily basis. She's married with 3 children and worked in a local school. Her family have had to endure the loss of a loved one and the prospect, on a number of occasions, of losing her. She can now no longer work, and her ability to do day-to-day tasks has severely diminished, and she is truly suffering, physically and mentally, from the effects of long COVID. Her main concern now is being seen by medical professionals and feeling that she is actually being listened to, but also to be understood. Now, she, along with the other attendees at the group, spoke about not feeling listened to and being repeatedly given the same tests and thus the same results. She is very keen to be involved in any research to look at how better we can understand and treat long COVID. And I'll put on record how thankful I am to this lady, who I've chosen not to name, for giving me permission, just to touch upon some of her story today. And I think that what this lady's story tells us is that, well, long COVID generally discusses the medical effects on a person. Long COVID is clearly also linked to the emotional trauma we all individually and as collectively went through during the pandemic. Now, long COVID, I imagine, will last for many, many years to come, as we all learn to live with the effects of an experience that we all hope and pray will never happen again. And I know that the Scottish Government is investing a record amount of money into our NHS, and this is more than welcome and highlights the Government's commitment to improving our national health service. However, as we see across the world, health services are struggling. Now, I believe preventative spending is vital, and not only better for the individual, but better for the country and also its finances. And if we don't do more to help those experiencing the effects of long COVID now, intervention for some will come too late, and much more finance and resource could be used in an effective way further down the line. Now, that being said, I very much welcome that the Scottish Government is investing in long COVID research. The Chief Scientist's Office is funding 9 Scottish-led studies totalling £2.5 million, which aim to improve the understanding of the long-term effects of COVID-19 on the physical and mental well-being. The projects are very much progressing and are around the midpoint of the stage of their 22 to 24 months duration. Presiding Officer, in closing, I welcome the work underway in Scotland to support and improve the lives of those struggling with the effects of long COVID. However, from the conversations I have had, from those living with the condition, and no doubt the additional conversations I will have coming, more can and must be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.